He's kept out of the public eye since he left office 5 years ago, but Thursday, former President George W. Bush was thrust back into the spotlight at the opening of his presidential library. His library dedication in Dallas featured all 5 living presidents setting aside their politics and instead offering their praise for the 43rd.
To know the man is to like the man because he's comfortable in his own skin. He knows who he is. He doesn't put on any pretenses.
I like President Bush. We do a lot of speeches together, and I like it when we have disagreements. He's disarmingly direct.
Perhaps not at all surprising, there was no mention of Iraq, Hurricane Katrina, or the financial crash at the end of Bush's presidency. And while Obama and the other presidents largely avoided mentioning any controversies, it was Bush himself who came the closest.
When our freedom came under attack, we made the tough decisions required to keep the American people safe.
Bush has said the library is not meant to defend his 8 years in office, calling it a, quote, place to lay out the facts.
I have no desire to spend my post-presidency trying to enhance my standing.
But as is the case with all presidential libraries, political analysts expect Bush's to put his legacy in the best possible light. Politico notes the library's own version of history glosses over some things. Politics is downplayed, the 2004 re-election campaign goes unmentioned, and essentially invisible are Karl Rove, Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld, and Vice President Dick Cheney, who the president became somewhat estranged from in his second term. A writer at the Christian Science Monitor says that's the work of a talented PR team. We've got to hand it to W, and what must be one of the most practiced PR teams in history on this one. From what we've seen and heard, the library comes across as a thoughtful tribute to a nation. So how will history remember Bush? If a recent CNN poll is any indication, his legacy is on the mend. 13% fewer Americans see the Bush presidency as a failure compared to when he left office in 2009. The reason behind the rebound? There are several theories floating around. Salon says Americans don't like disliking their president, so his recovery was predictable. Former Reagan speechwriter and Wall Street Journal columnist Peggy Noonan says maybe Bush looks good by comparison. Mr. Obama was elected because he wasn't Bush. Mr. Bush is popular now because he's not Obama. The wheel turns, doesn't it? And a history professor at the University of Texas told the Washington Post, the worse a president's reputation when he leaves office, the better chance there is for revision. The George W. Bush Library houses over 4 million photographs, 43,000 artifacts, and 200 million emails. For Newsy, I'm Elizabeth Hagedorn, multiple sources, a broader view.